Dear sanctuary seekers and those seeking sanctuary at the BookMyShow and Sanctuary Nature Foundation talks, we are really in need of sanctuary. And I don't mean just being locked up in your house. I mean the sanctuary of a living earth, the sanctuary of nature. That is what we have put aside for 500 years of first imposed colonialism and then chosen development, all of which was based on destruction of nature and counting the destruction as growth. I cannot understand how intelligent people or an intelligent species could count destruction as something growing. Our forests went, our soils went, our rivers went, and with it, our conditions of living have gone. Our conditions of health have gone. Even the corona virus, the COVID-19, has come from forests. We have invaded the homes and habitats and sanctuary of other species. And then viruses which were not diseases on the other animals have jumped to humans and become killing epidemics, which has locked the whole world down. But the virus is not a natural phenomena, just like climate havoc is not a natural phenomena. These are what are called anthropogenic effects of a greed-based, resource-grabbing economy, which does not know limits, which does not know ecological efficiency, and therefore has to spread its footprint wider and wider and wider. I work on food production. And the more you conserve nature, the more food you grow. But we are invading into the primary rainforests of the Indonesian region to get palm oil, a bad oil for eating. We are invading into the Amazon to grow GMO soya, also not good for our health. But if you look at the epidemics, and they're exploding last 2.5 decades of globalization, because globalization is nothing but organized greed celebrated as the only way to be. And then we get the billionaires who are literally harvesting this crisis. Amazon increased their wealth. Jeff Bezos became richer by $24 billion during lockdown, while the workers lost their livelihoods. While people who support the economy have lost their work. So it is time to go back to understand the true meaning of economy, to understand the true meaning of ecology. And there's no better place to begin than food. The Ebola came from destruction of forests by a hungry economy, largely by industrial agriculture. MERS, Kasargod syndrome, the monkey disease, the Lyme disease, the names carry on. And then if you look at what does this do to our health, is it feeding the world? They do all this destruction in the name of feeding the world. But has the world been fed? No. 1 billion people are permanently hungry. And look at the figures for India. It is tragic that we have lost 452 people to the corona epidemic. But every day we are losing 8.8 lakh children alive to hunger. 190 million people are hungry in this country. And it's not just the hungry who die, the ones who eat industrial, chemical, toxic, processed food are also dying because of chronic diseases the system gives us. Look at the death rates just in India. Cancer, which was not a problem in my childhood, has affected 1.1 million people, and now 7.8 lakh die every year because of cancer. or diabetes, which is so related to the food we eat. 72.96 million affected, and every year, 1 million die. And then think of the fact that here is a virus that was made an infection by human arrogance. It affects us, but affects us more if we have chronic diseases. The normal mortality is less than 1% if you get this infection. But if you have diabetes, it shoots up to 9.7%. If you have cancer, it shoots up to 7.6%. So we have an economy and a food system that is killing us. For the last 35 years, I have tried to cultivate a food system that will nourish the earth, nourish us, and nourish the farmers. After all, agriculture is the biggest livelihood in India. The last 25 years, we've displaced our farmers because of a totally dishonest economy, where inputs are sold high cost and what is bought from farmers is bought cheap and they get squeezed in debt. Those displaced farmers are the migrant workers of today who are homeless. Everyone is saying stay home, but they are denied their right to home. We all are being denied to our right to home the earth, oikos. We do agriculture in Navdanya in non-violent ways. We put biodiversity at the center. We've got rid of every chemical. Our pollinators are 6 times more than pollinators in the forest. We are growing enough nourishment if you measure it not in terms of weight of nutritionally empty junk, but measure it in terms of the nourishing micronutrients, trace elements, which feed us and give us health. In terms of nutrition per acre and health per acre, we can feed 2 times India's population. No child needs to be hungry. And if we do that, we reduce our ecological footprint and we don't invade into the forest. So the forests can be left to be homes for the tribals, the forest dwellers, and all the amazing species that inhabit forests and for whom they're home. Our farmers earn 10 times more than the farmers chasing commodities in the name of cash crops. The problem with cash crops is they don't bring cash to farmers, they just bring debt. 400,000 farmers of this country have committed suicide. The idea that you must destroy nature in order to have more for humans is the biggest illusion that is propagated by those who want to colonize the earth. The more you protect nature, the more she gives us. The more you give back to the soil in terms of organic matter, the more production we have. We experience it daily on the Navdanya farm. And I hope some of the people who are listening will, after the lockdown, have a chance to come and learn how to work with the earth, how to work with biodiversity, to fulfill our needs, to create work, and most of all, to protect the sanctuary that is our only sanctuary. This planet is our only home. There is no planet B, even though the billionaires have brought us to a stage where they want to escape to Mars and Moon. And I say, bye-bye, the 5 big giants. You don't have to ruin this planet. Go in your spaceships. Go to Mars. But leave this beautiful planet to be nourished by us. Disease is connected to the destructive economy. Health is interconnected through an economy of conservation, protection of biodiversity. As I've repeatedly said, it's one planet, one health. And the health of the human beings is not the only health. Planetary health includes ecological stability so the earth can regulate her climate systems. That is what fossil fuels displaced. 50% of the greenhouse gases come from an industrial farming system. You can address climate change by eating local, eating organic, eating biodiverse. And we have been made to believe in this illusion of separation from nature, that not only are we separate from nature, but nature is dead and inert and we are mere machines. Our body is a machine into which you can pour anything you want. Our body is not a machine. Our body is a walking forest, a walking rainforest. 60 trillion microbes in our gut, called the gut microbiome. It's been called the second brain. So biodiversity is the true health, from the forest to our soil, to our farms, our plants, our bees, our butterfly, to our gut microbiome. We can't escape from it. We cheated with chemicals. Now they want to cheat with fake food. They don't think we need food. No, we need food because we are biological beings who are members of an earth community. And food is what connects us. Food is the nutrition cycle. As the ancient Upanishad says, everything is food. Everything is something else is food. And as long as it's not predatory, as long as it's not toxic, we can grow food for our needs by not just not destroying the planet, by leaving her richer, by regenerating our soils, by regenerating the water, by regenerating her biodiversity, by regenerating communities. We have to reduce our ecological footprint, our arrogance and our ignorance. We have to expand our handprint, our heartprint, our headprint. We are brilliant human beings in a super intelligent universe. Let us connect in this creative intelligence of life. Thank you.